Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Digestif. How we doing? It's a Tuesday evening. The world is open, or at least we think it is. Right? The world is open. We're here hanging out. We have a whole lot to dive into on today's show, guys. A lot of things going on. A lot of stuff happening in this room. Some things that I agree with. Some things not so much.
Looks right at me.
Third party.
Well,
you never
the
know,
reality
man.
is, as a business person, sometimes you have to work with third parties. And there's pros and cons to all third parties, right? Third parties, these are 1099 type of situations, right?
You hate them.
And in a 1099 type of situation, there's very much a vibe of, hey, we're each going to put our best foot forward. But at the end of the day, there's really not too many strings attached. So how about you go suck my balls if something doesn't go right, right? How about I make my home base somewhere, and then I'll just wait until more and more people want to fuck with me, and then I'll kind of just kick you to the curb, right? Because I'm a third party, and that's how I get down.
Now I'm third party.
No. You have been employed by my third party. So
I'm
are
W-2'd.
not, you're
It's a
W-2'd. You're not completely in the wrong. You didn't know what you did. You didn't know what you did. But third party made it very clear that third party wanted to be third party. And sometimes, the checks don't balance.
They never bounce.
I'm messing, guys. I mean, here's the thing. It wouldn't be the Digestif if I didn't start fucking with Lucas in the first 5 minutes. But once again, I'm here. Sam Mushman, comedian sommelier. 2, 3 today. Brilliant musicians on the show with me. Co-host, as always, Robbie Sco. How you doing, Robbie?
Doing good, man.
No,
Hanging
you're
in.
not. You're not.
Almost
Stop.
Great.
You have
Everything great.
You have a
Just
cast on. We're about
fucking phenomenal.
dive into that. Unreal. Lucas Perez, the talented saxophonist, also known as the saxophone guy. That saxophone guy, which you will see on Instagram this week. We broke down his new website bio. I think a lot of people will think it's positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on brand.
Right on brand.
Swimming to the nation that we're in currently. I all that.
No citizenship.
No citizen.
And apparently, as of today, also known as third party.
Also no third party.
Well, sometimes you made yourself. You dug your grave.
After I swam here.
You did everything you had to do to get into this country.
Swam into the grave.
And then you swam right into the grave. I don't know what happened. Honestly, it's, you set a delusional standard of great music at the venue that I book you at. So anything else is going to be shit. It's a compliment to you. Anything else is going to be shit. I'm just messing. And third, but finally, we have the very talented Nick Ryan on the show, vocalist, guitarist, some kind of it's like a Billy Joel, Jonas Brother, Hanson hybrid. That is a Gen Zer with a big, big heart.
On what?
On cocaine.
But not. I'm surprised this is my first time here.
No, you are high. You are high on happiness all the time.
Yes.
And that's a great characteristic about you.
Oh, thank you.
It makes you the man that you are today. And first and foremost, we're going to dive into, you look great, by the way. You definitely,
thank you.
You lost a couple LBs. You were going through a little pudgy phase, right? We all do.
Dude, it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah. I went through one the summer of 2020. Gained like fucking 25 pounds. It was disgusting.
I gained 35 pounds. It was a stick up until last year.
Yeah. You look good, man. You
Thank you, man.
You dropped like 10, 15 pounds in the last couple of weeks.
2 weeks.
You hear that? You hear that voice? That voice deserves to be skinny, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you gonna hear that voice and then imagine a dad bod? No, it doesn't make sense in your brain. But that's what was happening, right? 2 of the 4 men in this room, one of them I'm talking about is currently talking, and the other man who I'm talking to right next to my right hand side were 2 men who had dad bods who don't actually have kids. And the issue with that is we don't deserve a dad bod. We did not do anything to earn that. That would be like getting, a scholarship to go to college, like one of those Native American scholarships, but you're like 1/16th Cherokee. It's like, dude, I didn't fucking earn this. I'm not gonna take advantage of this scholarship or disrespect a dad bod with my 0 accomplishments in life. I'm not gonna do that.
But when I was 175, like 3 weeks ago,
$175. It's a little pudgy for you.
it was so pudgy, man. That's like 40 pounds overweight.
That's like me being 260. I was 260 at one point. Summer 2020, right? Yeah.
You're looking good too, bro.
I mean, it's 245 now. Lost 15. Nothing
You're also
big.
10
Nice.
feet tall.
Nothing big.
So.
Robbie doesn't lose or gain weight. He just kind of
Hey.
exists as an amoeba. But the thing,
$145 on my way up.
we got to talk about this week, man. Mr. Robbie Sco got vaccinated because why? Because these are unprecedented times. If we don't already know, these are unprecedented times. Robbie did the right thing. He got vaccinated, and what happened because of that? Lack of breath. Could not breathe. Could not think. Really had a hard time reacting, and Mr. Robbie Sco was hospitalized pretty much sarcastically. He was in a good mood about it the entire time.
Kept my spirits up,
And
as
he
one
was
does.
trying to sync our podcast up to iTunes the entire time during surgery. So can you break down what the hell happened to you?
So, yeah, I got the second vaccine on Tuesday. Started having basic symptoms like feverish, headache. And the night I got it, we actually had our last week episode.
Okay.
And I kept it from Sam. I try to keep a few things from Sam
You were handling it
until
well.
we're rolling.
I thought you were just being quiet.
I was a little dazed and confused. So I was just like fever, headache, confused, self-hatred. And then we started to
Eating disorder.
all that good stuff. And then Wednesday, similar things started to develop, like a slight cough late Wednesday night.
Sure.
And then Thursday morning, woke up, couldn't breathe, couldn't. I called just my basic urgent care in the
Sure.
in the county, and I was like, yeah, I got the COVID-19 vaccine. I have shortness of breath, chest tightness, and cough. And they're like, oh, you need to go to the ER right away.
Now, hold up real quick, right now. And you had Moderna. I hope it's okay for me to say that without getting canceled. You had Moderna and almost died. So let's call a spade, right? Did you have the vid before you got the vax? Or was this the first time coming in contact, to your knowledge, of coronavirus in your system?
Had the vid.
Had the vid.
Had the vid last year. Yep.
So you had it, got the antibodies for a little bit, whatever that was, and then you went and got vaxxed, and it was a rough and tumble road.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I was almost gonna ride the antibody wave.
They put a tube up your arm.
Let's hop to that situation.
Let's jump right in.
So I was just in the ER, of course, asking immediately for the Wi-Fi and a cell phone charger to continue working. But then eventually one thing led to another, and they wanted to do some heart tests. They found some strange levels of my heart, potential heart tissue damage. And yeah, that led to cardiac catheterization, where they shoved a tube with a camera like up through my wrist, like up my elbow, up my shoulder, into my heart, to look at my heart, to tell me, oh yeah, your heart's looking good, bro. You should have baby aspirin. And then they sent me on my way.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal outcome for what they did to discover that information. Like, the tube up the arm into the heart led to the idea that you just you need a few baby aspirin. That's what happened.
That's the treatment.
This is absurd. I mean, it's just it's absurd. You know, it's like masks are off now. You know, people still at a ShopRite and stuff. The majority of people have the masks on. I've noticed a lot of masks are staying on.
ShopRite. Yeah, I feel like in the restaurant it's easier for people to have them off because like there's half or more than half the experience it's already off at the tables, but people are just so used to always having on. I feel like it's half laziness. They're just like used to having it on in the.
I mean, I think it's partially that. I think there's a lot other things that coincide with it at this point, especially if you're vaccinated and it's now legal to have the mask off. It's starting to be like, how far does this go? Right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's the idea of like, because I think it gets back to the word unprecedented, right? We had a year of unprecedented times. That's what the media has been telling us. Every commercial is unprecedented. There's an unprecedented deal right now for a new Lincoln Navigator. If you sign up for 6 months leasing ahead of time, there's unprecedented specials.
Is this a commercial?
Yeah, I'm saying
unprecedented.
In every commercial there was some sort of deal or discount that was, of course, unprecedented, right? And I think, the idea of being unprecedented is a happy, gooey feeling. Because what also comes with things being unprecedented is not having to do your job well. We had a whole year of you could be shitty at whatever your employment was, but things are unprecedented. How can I be good at my thing that I'm supposed to be good at when I live in an unprecedented thing? How can I be good at that? I'm trying to bag the groceries properly, but it's so unprecedented that the butter's mixing with the steak and the milk's pilled, and it's just so unprecedented. Unprecedented is a lovely thing. I have to stay home. It's unprecedented. I'm not going back to work yet. Things are still unprecedented. I will wear my mask. It's a comfort. It's a lovely thing when you don't want to do anything with your life. Isn't it nice?
You can lean back on it.
Isn't it nice for things to be unprecedented? And now all of a sudden, CDC, the government, everything else, things are not supposed to be as unprecedented anymore. No. They don't want to hear that. Are you trying to tell me that I have to now be accountable? I have to get a job? I got to be like kind of okay at that job? I might have to put up with some things that might make me have a bad day?
Yeesh.
That doesn't sound very unprecedented to me.
Too normal. Keep the mask on.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I know I sound like a complete right winger right now, but there does come a point where the masks become a virtue signal. It does become a point. But it's not a virtue signal of I'm better than you. It's a virtue signal of I like to be cozy. Do not break my safe space. Things have been very cozy for a year. I've had a lot of excuses to not do things, to not be good at things, to not try for things, to not strive for things. Because things are unprecedented. How dare you tell me that things are no longer unprecedented?
And it's interesting when things happen just like far outside of scientific reason. Like I want to tell you this. I was at 7-Eleven the other day. One of the first places I was in, there like no one was wearing a mask.
Yeah.
This one dude, he had like a mask like around his neck. He was like looking for newspapers, getting a bagel, getting a muffin or whatever. And then he walks out of 7-Eleven, puts his mask back on, and hops on his bike.
Yeah.
So in the building, the mask is off.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he's
because
going
he
there.
passes more people on the bike. So more people get to see the signal of it's
There it
okay
is.
that I'm unemployed. I have to wear this mask. Do you think it's easy? Do you think it's easy living in these times? And then you got to go, yeah, but it's like we're pretty much out of it. Like let's all go back. No, I can't. I have a third aunt that has an underlying thing, and even if I'm vaccinated, there's a 1% chance I could carry it to her when I see her twice a year on Easter and Christmas. And it's like, when does it stop? When does it stop? It's because we're an incredibly lazy nation. We're a nation that loves the excuse. We're a nation that loves to try things, but not really commit, not really go all in, right? I mean, we're a nation of open micers. In life, not just in art, in life. We're a nation of open micers. We love the idea of going to a couple of the mics, get the good feeling, get the fuzzy feeling, got a couple laughs in front of some people that are also clinically depressed like you are, and now you can go home and sleep at night. You weren't trying to pursue that thing. You're not trying to actually make a difference. We live in an open mic culture. It's a constant pat on the back, and there was no better pat on the back than I need to be in my living room. I need to have my mask on. I need to stay unemployed because these are unprecedented times.
Yeah, and you say, when does it stop? There still might be that one dude, the family reunion. Uncle Chris, I see you're not eating. Why is your mask still off?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to protect the people I love. That's what he will say. That's what he will say. This is a person who hasn't had a real job in 3 years. But that person is saving lives. That's the thing. You're saving lives. By doing nothing, you are saving lives. Even though we're out of this. I was team saving lives for the entire pandemic. I followed the CDC every step. That's the thing, man. Like through this entire thing, I was so just right in the middle. Why can't people just go with how the thing progresses, right? You remember at my establishment that I opened, right? You remember how I was handling things when the CDC was saying this is how you need to handle things. I was policing boomers left and right. I was rallying them up like cattle and kicking them the fuck out. I was rallying them up, and I said, where is your brownstone that you inherited with no dreams or vision? Would go back, get them back to their $750,000 brownstone you inherited 25 years ago, and I would round them up, right? You're not going to wear a mask. You're going to get up. You're going to walk around maskless. I was on you like flies on shit, baby. Like flies on fucking shit. Why? Because at the time, it was illegal to do that inside. We were in the middle of this. So I was like, yeah, let's play ball. To do my job, I have to do this. And then just like things open up again, and it's not a requirement anymore, I'm like, great. We all worked really hard to get through this. Now let's move on to the next step because we're adults. That's what adults do. Let's move on to the next thing. And then, there were people at home and they were still in their Snuggie. And they saw the announcement and they went, ooh, that's triggering me. That's triggering me that this Snuggie's so comfortable. I haven't had to take it off in months. And now I have to go back out into the world and potentially put myself on the line and be told I'm not that good at something. Oh, that's a nasty feeling. That's a scary feeling.
Lost my favorite scapegoat.
I have to go back into the world and try to make something of myself with no excuse for if I fail at something. Ooh, I don't want to do that. I don't know, man. There's something that's got to be said about it at some point, right? I feel like I am going from left to completely right on this issue if we follow it politically. But that is because why can't we just go with where the information is?
That's the best thing to follow.
I don't understand it. And I understand that no one else in this room wants to contribute anything to this conversation as I hang myself on a cancel culture wall. I get that.
Well, it even came to
Nick, what's your take?
that same.
I completely agree with you.
Okay.
It's progression.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a funny take on it.
You don't
I
have
wish
to.
I did.
The sound of your voice is more than enough.
Oh.
It's more than enough.
Oh. Oh.
You don't have to say much of
it's
anything
doing
relevant.
something to this, but no, I agree. I mean, there comes a point where you just gotta deal with the cards you're dealt with, Yeah. So, and
do you see how like I went on a 10-minute rant and he just took that information and and just wrapped it up in one song lyric? That's why this guy's fucking the man. That's why
it'll
he's
be
a
out
good
in
songwriter.
October.
He just took 10 minutes of psychotic energy and wrapped it up with, and sometimes, man, sometimes you got to just roll with the wave, and the wave will crash, and things will reignite, and everything's evolution, circle of life.
And, you just got to sit back on it and laugh when it's all over.
Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. But, man, it's
Hand
all
me that
love.
guitar. I think he's writing our next hit.
It's all love. It's a circle of life. You want to do a song right now about the circle of life?
I
The
do.
COVID circle of life?
Absolutely do.
Can I sing as Nick Ryan? Yes. Okay, so we're going to do a song right now. This is the coronavirus circle of life. Yeah. I'm Nick Ryan, and I got a message for everybody out there. You may think that we're in unprecedented times, but I'm going to show you unprecedented. And it's how my hair flow is right now. Got the Rona, I sat back and I said, got the Rona, no more working. I said, in my living room, this is going to be government cheese. Yes, oh please, give me that government cheese. Things are unprecedented. Let's keep saying that, cause in the end I'll beg for money right into my hat. I'll just play my guitar and collect government cheese, yeah. Because things are unprecedented, oh yeah. What does that mean? It means that I don't care, that I am unemployed. Things are precedented, oh yeah. I'm gonna sit on my government cheese until I'm running out of lyrics. We gotta do this.
Government cheese.
There we go. There he is.
CDC sucks my cheese. Ooh, 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 ooh. CDC, you're not gonna get me. It's a CDC, you're not going to get me. I've virtue signally is no longer to see anything that is technically from the CDC. I just want government cheese. just want stimulus cheese. 100K for me.
In a household of 2 children or more.
I want government cheese. 100K for me.
In a household of 2 kids or more.
It's never gonna stop. No, my mask is staying right on top of my nose and my mouth and all of my dreams. I put the mask on my dreams because we're living on that government cheese. Oh yeah, CDC stimulus, 105K for me and my unwanted kids. F3 with the wife I currently cheat on and see. CDC for me, I want that government cheese. Yes I do, can't you see? No more work for me. We're out of this, but really are we when the mask is covering my nose, my mouth, and all of my fucking dreams?
There we go. That's the circle. That was the circle of life, coronavirus style.
By Nick Ryan and the Mushman.
There we go. Hey. See, this is the beauty of having you on the show.
This is the beauty of being here.
Yeah, High School Musical.
It's the circle of life,
Circle of life.
man.
But I mean, I don't know. Lucas, weigh in. Am I being too harsh on this topic? Am I being too real? Am I being delusional in any way? Please call me out.
No. I was trying to get my sax for the solo, but you guys ended.
Oh,
I'm depressed now.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go kill myself.
That's okay.
Don't ever do that.
You know where you could
please?
play the sax? At the place that I pay you to play. That could be one place you could play it. You could.
I'll be back,
Where
I
can
promise.
Lucas play his sax? He can play it in the mall. He could play it next to a wall. He could play it over here. He could play it over there. He could play it at my bar, or he could play it anywhere. He's chose anywhere. That's where he's chose. He has not chose my
Dr.
bar.
Seuss's finest.
You know, but that's okay, because that's what happens when you get in deep with third-party nonsense, you know?
Third party cheese.
Third party cheese.
No contract for me. I just hired him. No contract, no expectations, just do what you please. So what did he do? He's not playing for me. He's going on to lingerie mats and other horse shit in West Jersey. Where the fuck is he? I'll tell you one place he isn't, and that's at Somerville, where he was contracted to be a third party. Where is the third party? Where is he? Where did he go? He missed him. We might be getting a sax solo pretty soon. Started off as 3 days a week, and now he's not seen by me. There's wanted posters at the bar seats saying, where is he? And he says, I'm at a laundromat. What do you want from me? Third party here, no contracts for me. This is what you get when you book a third party. Here he comes, and the saxophone's coming in hot. All right, this is what we're missing at the bar. That was a drop the mic solo.
But I'm not a sandwich. Oh wait, that's copyrighted.
All right. So as you see, this is why you could find him playing on Thursdays once every 6 months and on Fridays once every leap year. He'll come in. I mean, the point is, I'm not shitting on him. Like, he deserves to play where the fuck he wants. I'm just, all I'm saying is when you get involved with third parties, with no contracts, you bite the bullet. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Especially when you work with talented individuals, which we do. So you know.
Thank you.
I know Lucas is not offended, but after every episode that I kind of rant about some horseshit about him for 10 minutes straight, I feel the need to apologize.
He's got a strong heart. Yeah, and for me, DJing is huge. I was almost a DJ, like almost went full into that. And so I have huge respect for that when I got Ableton,
which is Brooklyn, and
which is like the program we're recording on right now, Ableton. Like I was getting big into that, and what brought me back to keyboards and like playing music as a musician as opposed to as a DJ and programming my own set was I was just doing gigs. I was just playing, not even playing. I was just like helping out with like the event team at my college.
Yeah.
And one day the dude was like, "Yo, Robbie, I got a gig for you. I want you to set up for the president of the college's blues band." I'm like, "What? The president of the college's musician?" Like, "Oh yeah, he plays bass. He's fucking great." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I set up for their blues band. I set them up like a PA and speakers and everything. And they're like, "Yeah, do you know any keyboard players?" And I was like, "Yeah, I play some keys." And then through them, I got like a really good deal on like my Hammond keyboard, which is like an organ type keyboard, and that kind of just started my whole keyboard collection. I started playing in bands, playing keyboards, and that kind of inch by inch little things like playing in these bands got me more towards that. But I still have huge respect for DJs and still want to have like a thing where I have like a DJ set plus a few musicians. So
well, I'm just happy that the listeners and myself learned in real time your entire backstory. I was waiting to get it out of you. I could not get it out. I also think there could have been something. I mean, just knowing you and knowing your plights and your conquests, right? I imagine you're in Park Slope, you're in Brooklyn, right? You're working as a bouncer at like a nerdy Brooklyn bar that has a lot of plants by the bar, a lot of like natural herbaceous type of vibe going on.
Nice dark lights, but the plants.
Yeah, they don't need a bouncer with any muscle mass. They just need someone that kind of has an outgoing personality, right? That's all they need to bounce people there. And you're doing the DJing thing, and you're kind of like, you're hooking up with, people your age that you're both on drugs. You forget the next day, and then one night, I feel like you just had a night with like a rugged, attractive, experienced, like middle to late 40s woman, and she just messed your brains up. She screwed you till the cows come home, right? You became a whole new man, and then what she did is she brought you downstairs like the little boy toy that you were for her. She sat you on her grandmother's piano, and you just played for her. You just played piano for her until the sun came up, and she sat there and she sipped on her sambuca, and she said, "This is why I love being a fucking cougar. This is what's great about it." And then from there, you're just jamming out on the keys, and it was the first time that you felt alive. That's my backstory for you. I hope
That's the best bio. Please put that on the website.
I think part of that's true.
Oh yeah,
I think part of that kind of
we
vibe
just
is true.
slip up a few details and we're there. That's pretty
Right? We kind of massage a couple lines. We're not far off, right? All right. Well, that's good. We heard the real story. We heard the fake story. The actual story is somewhere in between. So that
We'll unravel that.
We'll unravel Robbie Sco's upbringing. That's nice. Nick, what was your moment where you knew that you wanted to look exactly how you look right now and be the musician that you are?
Look is different story than not actually.
You look like you were like a model for like Baby Gap. Like that's how you got into it. Like
Dude,
you did a little Baby Gap modeling.
I was chubby as a child.
Yeah, but you could be like the cute chubby kid. And again, High School Musical. Some of those kids are chubby. They still got great voices.
I had a similar opportunity. So I actually started taking lessons at 5.
Okay.
Which is I knew it was what I wanted to do. I remember my dad had always had Bruce on in the house, and he would always play Bruce Springsteen videos on the TV, and I wanted to be that. And I ended up getting lessons, and it just became my entire life, and I knew there was nothing else I could do. 'Cause I'm not that bright.
You're very in tune with your emotions. You have you have what's called emotional intelligence. You're able to break something down.
That means the world to me.
No, I mean it's a good skill to have. You could kind of sit there. You can get somebody who's maybe a little guarded and get them to break down a little bit, get all the good shit out of them within the first interaction. Someone who's emotionally intelligent can kind of be like a shark in the water and just break down a person and just kind of like
Interesting.
get to the core. I feel like if you don't already, you have the ability to do that with people.
That's
that
not
true?
something I consciously.
It's not conscious.
That's interesting.
It's not conscious. It's like subconscious. It's definitely subconscious. It's the same way.
Do you see that?
It's the same way our
Do I
penises
do
link up
this?
like wireless routers sometimes when we have a great conversation. It's the same We're both emotionally more on the intelligent side emotionally, not on that same side with anything else like book smart, business smart, anything that forms any kind of money or wealth or equity. None of that.
Exactly.
That all goes out the window.
That's what she's in charge of.
Yeah. Guys, this has been the Digestif. As always, it's been a pleasure. I've been Sam Mushman. Big thanks to Nick Ryan for coming on the show. And his
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And your lovely girlfriend, Bella. You guys are adorbs. As always, it's always great to have a third party. If you're interested in signing up for your own third party, that saxophone guy is always on the show. He has a contract that you sign in blood, and then you never see him for 6 weeks. So if you want to work with him, feel free. And as always, the very talented Robbie Sco, my brother.
Cast has come off.
Cast has come off. Thank you.
You look good.
Until next time.
You have a 6 finger.
We're going to end with that. That's the last thing.